Everyone dreams of living an uncommon life, and the best asset you have to achieve your dreams is you. Welcome to the Uncommon Wealth Podcast. We're going to introduce you to people who are living uncommonly. We're also going to give you some tools and strategies for building wealth and for pursuing an uncommon path that is uniquely right for you.
Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Uncommon Wealth Podcast, where I'm your host, Philip Ramsey.
And I'm Aaron Kramer.
Coming back at you with a simple step. You got to love it.
Yeah, that I don't get to know about.
We get hyped up. And the best part about I shouldn't say a lot, some of these is Aaron has no idea what we're going to talk about. So today's no different. And he has no idea what we're going to talk about. But I like to read. I shouldn't say I like to read. I like to listen to audiobooks, especially when I row. So this new audiobook that I'm listening to is called, wait for it, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by Mark Comer. John Mark Comer. Anyway, fascinating book because his, thesis is hurry is like the biggest tool that the devil is using in order for us not to be able to be intentional with all the things around us. And I was like, wow. that's super good. And I think I needed to listen to it. In fact, there's been like 3 or 4 people that have told me like, hey, you should read this book. Okay. So I get it. Thank you. Good recommendation. Because I can get caught up so easily in how to be just being in a hurry. And one of the things I need to know about myself is like when I start reading something, like I always will take the side of the author, like, oh yeah, this is like so good. And it is good. I don't know if it's as extreme as what he's saying, but one of his points is like, have you ever been trying to hurry your family out of the house for whatever reason? Like you can't tell me that you're in a joyful mood. No, you're actually annoyed. You're frustrated, like all this like negative things when you could have such a different experience of like stop being hurried and start focusing intentionally on the moment. So the relentless elimination of hurry is something that I want to start practicing. And he puts a statistic in that we touch our phone over 2,000 times in a day. And that is like the biggest thing that's taking our attention away from things that are important. So what are your thoughts? I don't really know what my simple step is other than like, are we too hurried? That's my thought.
Yeah. I have so many, and this is a short. I feel like this could have been a long podcast. I don't know. This is like the story of my life, I guess. I'm always so focused in on getting somewhere and hurrying to get there. And I miss all the little wins, the little like good memories that happened with my family and things like that. So I think it's a great reminder. You're talking about like getting out the door. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, every Sunday at church, I show up to church mad because I'm like, we're barely on time.
Yes.
You know, and then
is it a convicting?
Wherever we're going, I'm like sitting in the car with it turned on, sitting there angrily waiting for my girls to get out to the car. It's like,
yes.
So I think
it's convicting. And I would say my word of the year is diligent. And here's why I have diligent, because I'm a very results driven kind of person. You put the score on the points of the board, let's win, you know? And so a lot of times I don't even care how we win, but I want to win.
Yeah.
That's not 100% true, but I believe that we've done this podcast before is like, how can you have joy in the journey? And so this year, I really just want to be diligent. I want to keep pounding the stone and I want to be joyful in pounding of the stone. I want to focus on my input, not my output. And I want to make sure my input is joyful, unhurried, and intentional. Because when you're in that, then you see things way different perspective. And then you let God handle the output. But my job, I think that I'm being called to do, especially this year, stop focusing on the points on the board. Start focusing on your attitude in your input every day. Is it joyful? Are you happy? Are you unhurried? Are you not frustrated, whatever. So this book has been a really good reminder of, hey, maybe hurriedness is like the recipe of making you feel like all these negative thoughts. And I felt like it was a good, and again, like I'm on like chapter 3, maybe like, so I'm not even in the full of the book, but I did want to do like a simple step on, and why is this financial? Let's start there, because it all kind of correlates to, are you a happy person? And are you getting joy out of the small things in life? Is it finances that you're frustrated with or trying to hurry that compounding interest, for example? Or are you trying to hurry things that making you more frustrated and, I don't know, not a fun person to be around.
Yeah, I guess my thing when it comes to money, are you more focused on the chase? Or are you focused on the hunt? Like,
oh, that's good. That's
right?
good.
Like, if you're focusing on the hunt, you're in the moment, you're enjoying it, you're enjoying all the smells, you're enjoying all the scenery, everything that's going on. But if you're only just purely focusing on the chase, you're gonna miss so much.
Yeah, right.
So for money wise, back money, I know that was a hunting analogy. That was way off, and you're using other analogies. So I'm sorry, listeners. But if you're just constantly chasing a return, chasing a big dollar, a big account value, you're going to miss everything it took to get there, and you're going to miss all the knowledge you would acquire to get there. So when you get there, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be confident it's going to stay and keep growing, all those things. But so enjoying the moment, that's a good one, man. I'm glad I didn't know this going into it, because it's just a good reminder for myself.
Relentless Elimination of Hurry. How do we do it?
Yeah. And I got to read this book.
Is the cell phone have something to do with? I think it's right. And also his point is just we have so much information at our fingertips and we don't even have to digest it. We just know how to get it. And it's actually making us dumber. It's fascinating, man. It's fascinating. So anyway, go read the book. Maybe not. I don't know. But I would say try to be intentional with how you're living your life. Anyway, you've been listening to the Uncommon Wealth Podcast. I've been your host, Philip Ramsey.
And I'm Aaron Kramer.
Till next time, go eliminate some hurry.
Live in the moment.
That's all for this episode, brought to you by Uncommon Wealth Partners. Be sure to visit uncommonwealth.com to learn more about our services. Don't miss an episode as we introduce you to inspiring people who are actively pursuing an uncommon life.